is Elisa E., and I am a survivor of mind control. I was born in the early 60s. It appears that I was designed by a concerted effort group of government, military, intelligence, possibly even corporate. I know that there was corporate and religious use of me following that. My earliest memories are pre-verbal of being dissociative due to being unable to breathe. That was in the crib years. And then it goes from there into being 3 years old and being in some type of warehouse or facility with some men traumatizing someone in front of me and killing someone. And they were dressed in what I call Navy denims, which is, something that's actually an official clothing of Navy members. That was 1965. And then the memories go on sporadically through childhood, adult, or adolescent, teenage, adult years. I come from a family that on both sides has Navy connections. And on one side, he wasn't in an officer position, but he did have some clearance. He worked on a facility, not in the continental U.S. It was a U.S. base, and I don't want to name it, but did have some special clearance for the work he was involved in there. I spent most of my life having what I call bleed through. There were moments of somewhat of lucidity where I believe the highest part of me had a moment of awareness that things were not as they should be, things were untrue, that there was something, this feeling of something else is going on, and then I would slip back into a programmed state. I was created to be what they call MPD, which is multiple personality disorder. It's now DID, which I don't care for. It sounds so mellow. I feel like MPD is more accurate. And I have many, many, many alters. Most of those alters are what I call fragments, meaning they're partial personalities that can't really function in the world at large. They just were created and designed for very particular purposes and use. And then I have what I call full personalities that are very functioning in the world. If someone knew me really well and was aware of mind control and MPD, they could probably notice the changes when I was under full programming, not so much anymore. That doesn't really occur to my knowledge. But they were able to function in the world at large. My first programmer was my father. I believe there are several multiples in my family, if not all of the people in my immediate family, biological family, mother, 2 brothers, and a father. There were, I believe, other abusers within my family, and then many abusers and users, perpetrators outside of my family as the years went on. I recall very significant times of ritual abuse and programming throughout the years when I first began what I call deep deprogramming, which was started when I was 46. I began deprogramming on my own, which is kind of like being caught in a maze with mines all around you. While I was still being used, I was waking up in my early 30s, actually, for quite some years, about a dozen years or more, before I began what I call deep deprogramming. And the reason I call it deep deprogramming is that I was able to meet 2 men, and they listened to me for a couple of days, and then were able to say to me, "We not only believe you, but we've worked with people."